Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Just Listen to One podcast. I very much appreciate you guys keep coming back. And if you guys are new, welcome. And in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about the Disney Channel and just some dark truths about some of the shows on there and just some of the celebrities, point of view about it and their experiences on the Disney Channel, etc. Just anything about it. I have 3 websites that I'm going to read off of. So let's just get right into it. This first one I'm gonna be reading is top 10 Disney Channel sitcoms that were surprisingly dark. So there's a little description about it, or kind of like a pre up in a way to it before reading the about some channels. So let's just get or sitcoms. So let's just get right into it now. Sorry. Disney Channel sitcoms are known for their family-friendly values that can entertain viewers of all ages with their fun centuries and uptunes. However, Disney Channel shows are also known for tackling complex topics that help young viewers to learn about the world around them. Though many of these sitcoms are great tools to help a child learn to discovery and difficult experience, these themes can also lead to much darker content than one would expect from a Disney Channel series. Shows like That's So Raven and Hannah Montana were major hits on the network, but definitely had some underlying dark aspects. So let's just get into a little bit about 10 different sitcoms of the Disney show, and it's going to start with 10 and go all the way down to 1. So let's just get into it. The first one, or number 10, is about Hannah Montana. It was from 2006 to 2011. Hannah Montana was one of the shows that aired during the golden age of the Disney Channel. This classic is still loved by fans today for its interesting plots and use of music. However, despite the positive aspects of the series, there was a dark undertone to the story. Hannah Montana highlighted the struggles of being a childhood star by having Miley hid her true identity from the world. Though this was a great plot device, this upped the suspense of this teen hit. It also pointed out that these young celebrities were never out of the spotlight, which sometimes bears heavy consequences. Next one is Sunny with a Chance. It was aired from 2009 to 2011. Sunny with a Chance was a popular teen-centric show forced all around inspiring Sunny Moreau, aka Demi Lovato, who moved to LA from Wisconsin when she receives the chance to join a cast of skits comedy show. This show was an instant hit known for propelling Lovato in the spotlight. However, the show is also known for for having its dark side. Since Sunny was from a small town in Wisconsin, she was often judged for not being like the other Hollywood types, bringing a shocking amount of bullying into this children's sitcom. In addition to the actual behind-the-scene abuse that Lovato subsequently revealed about her time on Sunny with a Chance. It was clear this series was much darker than the average Disney comedy. The next one, number 8, is the Sweet Suit Life of Zack and Cody, and that was aired from 2005 to 2008. The show is an iconic Disney Channel comedy that continues to be a trademark of the early 2000s. The series focuses on twins Zack and Cody, as an aka Dylan and Cole Sprouse, who find themselves in various comic situations while living at the Tipton Hotel, where their mother was employed. The harsh reality of the show are hard to ignore for adult audience. Though the boys seem to have fun at the hotel, it's notable that they live in a hotel because their mother is a struggling singer that couldn't afford to support her children otherwise. In addition, the absence of their father and London Tipton's struggle with being ignored by her busy father are heartbreaking plot lines. The next one is called The Proud Family. That it was aired from 2001 through 2004. Despite being an animated series, The Proud Family is one of the funniest 2000 sitcoms about Black relationships. Focusing on the close-knit and living family, the show tackled important topics that taught kids about diversity and culture differences. Though The Proud Family had great representation and a good learning tool for children, these themes occasionally made the episodes a little sobering. The notable episode, Culture Shock, features a Muslim family house being vandalized after Penny does a short exchange program with her school. These episodes ended with a positive moral message, though that didn't always overshadow the adversity. The next one is Smart Guy. That one was aired from 1997 to 1999. Smart Guy was a hit 90s series that premiered on the WB, later the CW, and was later brought to the Disney Channel, which aired reruns of the series 3 seasons. The show stars, I'm not sure how to pronounce this person's first name, so I'm going to spell it out, Tahj. I'm not sure how to pronounce that person's name, and then their last name is Maori. As a titular actor, TJ, a brilliant 10-year-old who is wise beyond his years, advocating him from elementary to high school. Considering the subject, it's no surprise that Smart Guy had dark moments with TJ struggling to fit in among other children that often considered him an outcast. The show also featured a hard-working single father and older sister that faced hardships and racial discrimination while trying to take care of their families. While The Family was a great show, the challenges the characters faced were occasionally saddening. Number 5, the next one, this one is Wizards of Waverly Place, and it was in 2007 to 2012. Wizards of Waverly Place focuses on three siblings with magical abilities that must learn to master their powers or risk losing them forever. The siblings find themselves in all sorts of wacky situations due to their magical world and powers, though they also go through trials within their everyday teenage lives. Wizards of Waverly Place is one of the more lyrical dark Disney Channel sitcoms featuring a dark world hidden among the real world. The world premise of the series is also a little dark, with siblings learning about magic together while knowing they will have to compete to see who claims that spot as the solo family wizard. The next one is My Babysitter's a Vampire. That one is from 2011 through 2013. My Babysitter's a Vampire was a great Canadian show that aired on Disney Channel following the English release on Teletoon. However, the show was not a huge success for Disney, with foreign shows often being overshadowed by other Disney series. However, the show developed a dedicated fan base for a supernatural storyline. My Babysitter's a Vampire is a more literal interpretation of a dark Disney sitcom during young teenage with magical abilities who get himself into a dangerous situations along with his blood-sucking crew of friends. Number 3, That's So Raven. That is from 2003 to 2007. That's So Raven, starring Raven-Symoné, is one of the best Disney Channel sitcoms that results to spin-off series. Focusing on the fun-loving and outspoken teenage Raven, the adventures and conflicts of the storyline focus on her unique ability to see the future. However, the great power comes great responsibilities. Though the supernatural aspects of this show were fun, Raven also had a lot of shoulder because she couldn't control her visions and often had things backfire when she tried to change the outcome. Number 2, Phil of the Future. That was aired from 2004 to 2006. Disney Channel doesn't often dabble with science fiction, but Phil of the Future was one of the big hits of the early 2000s. In this series, a family from the future has their time machine malfunction, trapping them in 2004, where they must conform to suburban life. While Phil of the Future was fun and a lot of quirky plots, it was also sad to see the family realize they might be trapped in the past and never see their loved ones again. Being trapped in an unfamiliar time also made it hard for Phil to adapt social situations as a teenager. Though this was funny at times, that led to some difficult bullying scenes. And then number 1 is So Weird, and that was from 1999 to 2001. So Weird is the darkest Disney Channel sitcoms for a couple different reasons. First, living on the road with her rock star mom Fiona as is a teenage passion about supernatural phenomena. Then, with the help of her brother and friend, she uncovers the truth about the supernatural she has on the road. So Weird already has a dark factor about encountering mystery beings like aliens and ghosts. However, the series is also dark because Fiona is often belittled her belief of the supernatural, even considering the excitement she was experiences. This is a harsh reality for a preteen just trying to pursue her passion. So that was what I got off of that. The next one, there are 27 shocking truths about what it's really like to be a Disney Channel star, and here are about 27 celebrities speaking out. So let's just get into it. It says, number 1, you are taught to be a role model. While talking on the Coach's Dream It Real class, Selena Gomez got real about her Disney Channel days and how much they expected her to be a role model for younger viewers. It just taught me so much about being a role model, That was the first thing I started, so they were very apparent on being perfect. I guess just making sure you're being a good influence on people. I'm grateful and I had that opportunity because I understand what platform means. However, even though she was a persona with really big brands, she ended up saying that it wasn't the type of person she wanted to be when she got older. I think there came a point in my life where I started not to care. Obviously, my situation is different and very weird, but when I was younger, I was exposed all of this fame. It was just all these pictures and all the things, and all I would do is look at the flaws, she said. It is hard, and think that you kind of create this other persona of yourself, and then when I start going through really difficult things, not caring and alternately being authentic just allowed me to have worth, to know that I'm worthy and I am who I am. And who is that? And do I like this person? I think that's more important to me. I don't want to be anything that's a show or a persona. I just don't. Number 2, you are likely to get this crushes on the same person. Christina Aguilera made an appearance on Carpool Karaoke, and the Queen spilled all the tea. Of course, she blended the fighter and Genie in the bottle like the BAMF she is. But she also got real about her time on the Disney Channel, saying that she and Britney Spears used to crush on the same people. I think, there was like me and Britney were, there was like a thing back then, she said. I know Ryan actually pretty much, he did actually have a crush on Britney. I mean, I think so. I don't know. Tell us more. Extra. I don't know what that. Number 3. They can overreact to normal things like bikinis. Bella Thorne was never a cookie cutter sort, which is why she ran into some trouble with Disney Channel when she wore a bathing suit that did not pass the squeaky clean Disney kid image test. Apparently, when the picture of Bella in a tiny black bikini with lace hit the web back in 2011, there you go. Disney Channel was so displeased of the skimpy suit that they threatened to fire Bella. Somebody took a photo of me in a bathing suit. Yeah, it was a sexy bathing suit, she said to an interview with Under the Influence. It was black and it's got a little bit of fun lace underneath. My mom picked it out. It was cute. Then I don't know. They said, you're lucky that Bella has such a fan base that we can't afford to fire her at the moment in time. But she does one more thing, we will. All over a bikini that her mom picked out. That's some serious pressure for a teenager to go under. Number 4, it can stunt your social media. Growing up on the suit life of Zach and Cody was an amazing opportunity, but it also made socializing with peers a lot harder for Cole Sprouse. In an interview with ASOS magazine, Cole opened up about anxiety he developed from growing on the set. I started this industry on this huge platform that oftentimes psychologically disrupts many of the children that can't come out of it, Cole shared. As a teenager, I had terrible social anxiety. I was homeschooled, raised on the sound stage. I had absolutely no understanding how to interact with people my own age. That's one of the many reasons he decided to take a step away from acting while a focus on his college education in New York University. It's a decision he kept away from the pitfalls of childhood stardom, along with encouragement from his dad and never-ending support with his twin brother Dylan, of course. Don't have to deal with anxiety as much as I used to, Coles continued. It's the scariest thing, but you have to look it right in the eye and understand it's not going anywhere. Once I found a confidence in myself and how I interact with the world around me, all of a sudden people weren't criticizing me the way they used to when I was constantly thinking about it. 5. It can be hard to make them take you seriously. The former star of Disney Channel's show Suit Life of Zack and Cody and Life on Deck says it hits vanished ended because of the network wasn't willing to work with the twin boys where they saw the show going once they hit 18. I mean, we had a really awesome idea for where the show needed to go, Dylan explained in the interview with Vulture. We were 18. If that wasn't old enough to know how exactly what the show needs, then well, I would beg to disagree. The the end of the twins the In the end, the twins' only option was to walk away. I don't think Disney Channel were willing to work with us, really ever, so we stopped the show. 6. They really believed in you. Brenda Song is a true Disney show vet, having starred in some of the network's biggest hits like Suit Life, Wendy, You, and Clueless. But the question is, does she regret her Disney roots considering the kiddie stigma that often comes along with it? No way. I'm so grateful for the opportunities Disney gave me, the 29-year-old shared with Code magazine. They believed always always believed in me when I'm so thankful. While she totally gets the struggle of growing up in the limelight, especially on the stage of Disney Channel, but she believes none of that matters in the end if you're focused on what's important. Because an actor is difficult period, there are obviously going to be set ups and downs for us children actors. That's all being somewhat recorded because you essentially grow up on TV. She continued. I think as long as you keep working on your crafts and focus on work, that's all that matters. Number 7. It can feel like you're living a double life. Miley Cyrus took the role of Miley Stewart on Hannah Montana. She knew she was playing a character living a double life, but she had no clue she had begun to feel like she was living a double life IRL too. She first it seemed like a lot of fun and games. I like being in the Disney universe because I didn't know anything else, Miley explained on CBS Sunday Morning. I knew I was getting to live what I wanted to do. I got to act at the same time and be funny and weird, wear wigs, and that was awesome. I wear a lot of sparkly things. But as time went on, Miley began to tour as Hannah Montana in real life. She realized it was becoming a bit too much to handle. I think people love Hannah Montana because Hannah seemed real, Miley continued. And it's because I was under there, and I think it got harder when I started touring as both. I toured as Hannah Montana and as myself. Now that I'm older, I realize that's a lot to put on a kid, Miley shared. To have them have to get their makeup done and balance school, I think that was harder for me was balancing everything. Miley thinks not being able to separate those worlds caused some serious psychological damage. I think that's what's probably a little wrong with me now, she said. I mark that up to doing something extreme, damage in me mentally on an adult person. 8. It felt like summer camp sometimes. Nick Jonas revealed that some of the luxurious trips Disney sent their stars on together felt like summer camp. I have lots of memorable moments from Disney Channel days, Nick shared in an interview on BuzzFeed. We used to do the Disney Channel games, which was a good time. They would collect all of us from different shows and put us together at Disney World. Really, it was like summer camp. We had the park to ourselves sometimes. Could you imagine summer camp at Disney World? Best camp ever. The only problem is that you just like normal summer camp. There was lots of drama because of the teenage stars' raging hormones, and lots of drama because we were all dating each other, he added. It's like high school. Well, it really wouldn't be camp without some drama. Number 9. It can leave a bad taste in your mouth. Allie and AJ took a massive break from music after dropping 3 hit albums under Disney Channel's music label, Hollywood Records. Apparently, it was their experience making music as kids that caused them to become disillusioned with the industry altogether. We just lost the love a little bit, AJ said in the interview with Playboy magazine. We experienced so much as kids, and I kind of feel like we learned a lot about the industry and that put a little bit of a bad taste in our mouths. Rather, it was couples of people we worked with, or rather that it was nothing trying to find the right inspiration or what you have. After 10 years away from making music in the spotlight, they are ready to start all over again. I just feel like we were back on track with who we are as musicians, and I think we had found that as actors and as performers, we had found the music again. 10. Not even child stars recommend being child stars. Selena Gomez grew up in the spotlight, and she wouldn't wish the same fate on anybody else. I think it is really dysfunctional to be in an industry at a young age where you're figuring out who you are, she told InStyle. I don't recommend it. When I was on Disney, it was like, oh, they didn't like it. It hurt your feelings. 11. Playing someone younger can really get old. Joe Jonas had to play a 16-year-old on his Disney Channel sitcom Jonas, which doesn't sound that bad, except he was the age of a college junior at that time. So imagine being in college and having someone think you are still in high school. Joe said carrying to an audience of children and pretending to be younger than he was took its toll on him. It ended up being some weird slapkick humor that a 10-year-old would be laughing at. They took out the kissing scene that Nick had. I had to shave every day because they wanted me to pretend like I was 16 when I was 20, he revealed in a New York Magazine essay. 12. Disney Channel will give you creative power if you demand it. Zenda may have started out as an actress on Disney Channel's Shake It Up, but when it came to the starring in her newest show, KC Undercover, she decided she wanted to pursue, and now she is. I can say that I can say what I want and be assertive. I have a really, really strong voice and presence on my own show and be listened to. That's the coolest part. I have more control. I have more freedom to make KC Undercover. And sometimes that I'm proud of it. She shared with Yahoo Shine. Debbie Ryan also got to take a big part of the role behind the scenes to her own show Jessie, becoming Disney Channel's youngest director ever. Proof if you want something, talent and hard work are important, but also you have to ask. 13. It really is like one big family. According to Dove Cameron, being a part of the Disney Channel is like being a part of the huge family. Disney is such an exceptional group of people, she knows. Everybody that works for the company is so kind and loving that it really is like a big family, and no one's telling anyone to say that. The expectations of being the star your own show can be just as intense as you'd imagine, especially when you're surrounded by so many other super talented young stars. But she says the Disney Channel family has always been supportive. I feel like any pressure is a good kind of pressure. I feel very grateful for the position I'm in, she said. 14. The pressure can be real. The Jonas Brothers experienced the firsthand, and Joel complained that the brothers felt like they couldn't express their creative opinions while starring on Jonas. He shared the New York Magazine. We thought Disney was our only shot, and we were terrified that it could all be taken away from us any moment. 15. Other stars never had any trouble expressing their opinions. While some stars like Joe Jonas have complained that they didn't have a voice while starring on Disney shows, others say their experience was totally different. Dylan Sprouse responded to Joe's complaints in a Trouble essay, insisting Disney stars could have a voice if they have the guts to use them. If they wanted to, they could have told Disney no. The Sweet Life star said, Cole and I did this hundreds of times and we ended up all right. The only reason they didn't is because, like many of people on the channel, think they fell off the altar of fame. 16. Going through puberty in front of the entire world is just as embarrassing as it sounds. Miley Cyrus relived her mortifying experience getting her first period while filming Hannah Montana and wearing white pants, no less. It was so embarrassing, but I couldn't leave, she told Marie Claire magazines. I was crying, begging my mom, you're going to have to put a tampon in, and I have to be on set. Number 17, it's like high school times 1000. Just because Disney stars spent their days on set of classes instead of classes doesn't mean they're totally missed out in high school experience and all the drama of being a teen. While Selena Gomez is thankful for her Disney Channel childhood experience on Wizards of Waverly Place, she says it was challenging to do some levels too. It was beautiful and tragic, she relieved to Huffington Post. It wasn't everything that every teenage goes through, just a bigger scale. It literally was like high school. Maybe she's talking about Disney Channel stars' tendency to date each other constantly. 18, it can mess with your body image. You might think that being a star before you're even in high school would make a person super confident, but playing a world-famous pop star from the age of 11 took a toll on Miley Cyrus, who reveals she suffered from body image issues while playing a teen pop star on Hannah Montana. From the time I was 11, it was, you're a pop star. That means you have to be blonde, and you have to have long hair, and you have to put on some glittery tight things, she told Marie Claire. Meanwhile, I'm this fragile girl playing a 16-year-old in a wig and ton of makeup. It was like toddlers and I can't pronounce that word. 19. Escaping your Disney Channel characters can be torturous. Take it from Disney Channel's original queen, Hilary Duff. Even though she loved playing Lizzie McGuire, getting people to see her as anything other than the iconic role after the show ended almost seems impossible at this point. I just didn't know what success the show was going to be. And after that, 5 years after that, I was little Lizzie McGuire, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, to people, and that was super annoying, she relieved to Between the Lines. As much as you loved Lizzie, you can imagine how frustrating it would be if someone always thought you were the 6th grade self, which basically how she felt. But now she is older and has found success as a popular show and TV star post Liz. She's grateful for the experiences. Now it's not annoying. I don't care now. I am grateful for it. 20. You start to outgrow the Disney Channel roles. You go through a lot of changes during your tweens and teens, so it's not surprising that as the Disney Channel stars grow up on the set, they also begin to outgrow the roles that first made them famous. Disney is a machine, and I'm grateful for it. Selena Gomez shared with a New York Times. But I feel like being a part of that environment made me crave the reaction from others, objects, projects even more. The good news is, like Selena, many of your favorite Disney Channel stars gone on to become the major faves pop stars like movie stars you love today. 21. If you're not careful, you'll become a pop star. Since many Disney Channel shows involved music and singing, it's not shocking that many of the stars go on to becoming pop stars, like Miley, Selena, and Hillary, to name a few. But that's not necessarily a good thing, according to at least the former Disney Channel star. When Evan Stevens star Shia LaBeouf was asked if he ever considered himself as the male Hilary Duff, he said no, but he could have been. I never came out with a musical thing, even though Disney will push that away from that way. Shia told MTV, "Okay, Shia, don't go forgetting dig it from holes. Now, your rapping skills were on point." 22. It can feel like you have to compete with your co-stars. You know when you and one of your besties is up for the same role in the school musical, or the one spot of the varsity soccer team, and much as you love each other, it feels weird to be competing against each other. Zenda and Bella Thorne can totally relate. They Zenda and I were put in a very uncomfortable situation where we were kind of forced to compete against each other, Bella Thorne shared of her experience starring on Shake It Up, which made the whole first season of the show very awkward for us. We wanted to love each other, but yet we were constantly frequently being put against each other. It was who better at this and who's better than that. Luckily, Bella and her were so awesome that they were able to talk everything over and build an amazing friendship, and now they're always supporting each other. Number 23. Everyone thinks they know you just because they know your character. While it's amazing to play a character people know and love, it can also be frustrating and super lonely when everyone expects you to be that character in real life too. People start to think that because you come from Disney that you're a certain way. Your I can't read right now. Your point of view to be an angel, and really you're just an actor that booked a job. Austin and Ally star Ross launched relieved to CBS Philadelphia. But everyone thinks that it's who you are like they found you, like they raised you, but really it's just a job. 24. Your awkward years are uncomfortably amplified. Callie Burgolden from Disney XD's Lab Rants knows that being a Disney Channel star is an opportunity of a lifetime, but still, being thrust into the spotlight at a young age is really, really hard. You sort of know what you're signing up for when you step into Disney machine, she told Lamel magazine in an interview. Being a teenager and growing up can already be tough enough as it is. Try having your awkward years put in front of the spotlight for the whole world to see. The biggest pressure probably comes from trying to absolute best to please everyone while still trying to figure out who you are at the same time. Desperate with struggles of trying to meet people's expectations, she wouldn't change a thing. It's been such a great experience that I'm very lucky to have be part of it. It's hard, but the whole experience makes me the person who I am today. 25. It's not all gravy once you book the first Disney Channel role. Allison Stoner started out on Disney Channel's Super Short show and then went on to appear in pretty much everything from the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Phileas and Ferb to Camp Rock. So it might seem like booking Disney roles is no barrier once you get your first foot in the door. But Allison says that couldn't be farther from the truth. The assumption is that once you're in the Disney Channel, you're in. But I still auditioned for every single thing I got with them, she revealed on an episode of the Nighttime Show podcast. In fact, I was still sent on first calls with people who had never been on an audition in their lives, put until the end, which was kind of frustrating. I was grateful, but then I was like, man, I've been on 12 shows for you, and I'm coming in here additionally for 3 different roles and not getting any of them. And that's almost like you don't know who I am or what I'm capable of. Still, she says there was a certain freedom in being overlooked sometimes. I wasn't under the same contracts as the lead, she explained. I think I was fortunate that I had a film career going on stimulously and my dance, which I think maybe helped me escape some of the thorns of Disney High School. 26. They give you opportunities beyond acting. Debbie Ryan admits that Disney Channel stardom came with some challenges, like fans confusing the real her for the character she played on Suit Life on Deck and Jessie. But the interview with Lady Gunn, Demi says her behind-the-scenes experience with the network imparted some amazing skills and lessons about the industry that she still uses today. They have much a system in place to where it's really difficult to fail, but it's not going to be done for you, Demi. Debbie said of the Disney Channel's team. In my relationship with Disney, the more that I learned, the more they encouraged me. In it was the supportive environment that led Debbie to appearance with the network's directors. The immediately director 4 episodes of Jessie herself. I just automatically started doing things to make the days go faster and easier, which turned into a huge learning experience, she recalled. If there was something I could do to make the shots funny and interesting, and to where we didn't have to shoot it 47 times. I think I was happy to help. They took care of me, but didn't baby me. 27, the last one. It can be hard to book roles after starring in kids' shows. As much of a big break as booking a lead role on Disney Channel's show, Bella Thorne knows firsthand how hard it can be to book roles after her show ends. I really had a hard time to get a job after the show, Bella relieved in a week's episode of MTV's Happy, Sad, Confused. People didn't want to read me. They didn't want to see me because they were like, she's a Disney actress. For me, it was like starting back at the bottom and working my way up again. The whole starting all over again thing can be frustrating, especially considering it was never Bella's dream to be on Disney Channel star in the first place. Do you think that I wanted to be a Disney girl? Did you think I wanted to do that? She continued. We were about to live physically on the streets if I didn't have that role. We were living off Stuffers coupons, and that's all we had to eat every day. That may not sound like a big deal to everybody, but when you're in a single mom raising 4 kids with debt and you're having nothing to your name, it's effing poopy. I'm not going to say the swear words, but I didn't want to audition for Shake It Up, she added. I literally had the same audition. I don't sing, I don't dance. I'm basically tone deaf, and I'm not funny. So I don't know why I'm here. And everybody just starting laughing, sorry. They all thought it was a joke, but it looks like it was worked out for Bella at the end. After all, she is the star of her own show. So those are some stories of some of the celebrities' experience. And then I'm going to read the last one I have. And then there might be some repeats on some celebrities, but here are some 8 former Disney stars had to say after leaving Disney Channel, like Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, and more. So let me try to get rid of these ads so I can read a little bit better. Hold on, I'm sorry you guys, I wasn't expecting all these stuff popped up. There we go. So now I'm going to read the last Uh, one, while many Disney albums like Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, and Nick Jonas have each gone their own ways following their stints as child stars on a famous channel, they all have one thing in common. They're never too shy to admit their glowed those days are behind them. In fact, desperate having left Disney in 2011, Miley still talks about her time on Hannah Montana and why it had such an impact on her career and life. In the October issue of Elle magazines, she admitted, my name was Miley on the show, but I didn't own my name. We didn't think about that. My mom started understanding how many people taken advantage of a child, so she hired smart people to protect me in that way. I'm happy that when I was younger, people protected me and put me in a position where I can now control my music. She even admitted to being the least paid person in the cast because she didn't know any better. She's not alone in speaking out about the network. No matter how many years have passed, multiple other stars have and continue to comment on their time with Disney. And then now I'm gonna read some. Demi Lovato has been one of the most talkative Disney elves to voice her opinion leaving the channel. In fact, she's often admitted that time in her life still haunts her to the day. We joked around that it was Disney High, except we all were shooting shows and really overworking, she told Billboard magazines in joint interview with Nick Jonas. I joked that I sometimes have PTSD after leaving the channel because if my schedule starts to get too busy, I rebel and I get bitchy. Nick Jonas is the less outspoken than his pal Demi. While he definitely is glad to have grown into his own artistic under his own name with his own creative freedom, he does thank Disney for helping build a camaraderie with the others who graduated from the channel along with him and continues to succeed in the industry. There's a camaraderie there, a sort of outspoken brother and sisterhood. If you want to talk about your graduating class of 2008, I'm very proud of you. It's a really good group, Nick told Entertainment Weekly in May. Regardless of some of the history between us in different ways, there's a general strength and empowerment that we feel is still being in the mix, being a good spot. That's a cool thing. Selena Gomez has expressed gratitude toward Disney for helping launch her career, but she also admits it took hard work to break down of that mold. It's all part of my story. I'm growing and changing, she told New York Times in 2015. I'm still under Hollywood and Disney, and I was being held to this expectation of being a good girl. However, she never She said she knew that's not who she was. I kept deep down that this wasn't what I wanted to do. Being exhausted and forcing something that wasn't right, she continued. I had to have moments where I was crying and I was like, why am I not in love with what I do? I was forced to get very uncomfortable while in order to make decisions I made. Like Selena Vancessa, I know this actor, I cannot pronounce her name for some reason, but I feel stupid now. Vanessa Hudgens is appreciative for the kickstart role in High School Musical, but she's happy to have finally moved forward from the image that came out of it. High School Musical was incredible and it was so fun and gave me so many fans, which I'm very, very thankful for. But it also closed people's minds as which characters could portray, she said in an interview with Untitled magazine in 2012. So for a while, I was kind of struggling with fighting for these roles and just desperately wanted. It was hard and it was a struggle, but again, life is always a struggle. Luckily, she overcame the obstacle and moved forward, definitely crossing over and being able to tackle these greater parts was a challenge, but I feel like I've done it, though it's a whole new chapter. Hilary Duff left Disney nearly 12 years ago when the last episode of Lizzie McGuire aired in 2004. However, she still talks about the impacts that periods of time had on her on to this day. Instead of me trying to calculate how to do it and how successful at it, a lot of people choose different ways than I did, like Lizzie Lohan and Olsen twins and even Miley Cyrus. I just choose to bow out for a minute, she said in an interview last year of her decision to leave Disney. It was scary because there was no gratitude that my career was still gonna be there. However, she realized that it was necessary. I really needed a personality. I grew up in a spotlight and on tour with everyone just knowing me and knowing me a certain way, she revealed. At some point, I was like, I don't even know if I'm that person anymore and don't even have the time to figure that out. I was like, I'm done. I don't enjoy this anymore. I'm not who I want to be. Aside from other most recent interviews in E16, Miley has spoken about Disney multiple times in the past too. You don't know. I'm really thankful that I started on Disney. I got most intense training, she said in an interview in 2014. She continued, I feel really lucky. A lot of kid stars gets crazy or stuck in what they were, so they couldn't actually become what they wanted to be. When I was on Disney, the thing that gave me the most anxiety was not knowing what to do with myself, and Disney wasn't there to carry me anymore, she admitted. And now I'm free. I'm finally fine. I lay in my bed at night by myself, and I'm totally okay. and that's so much stronger than the people 3 years ago. When Bella Thorne left Disney in 2013, she too decided to change her persona. She feels very lucky to have a fan base, accept those changes. When I got off the Disney Channel, I stopped listening to people telling me that I needed to be this or that, she told Nolan magazine in April. I literally would talk with a higher voice in interviews because that was the only innocent Disney appeal. She continued, my fans are going to love me and stick with me whether I'm wearing a crop top and a short skirt or not. Joe Jonas has some different statements about Disney Channel than his brother Nick. In an essay about Jonas Brothers' breakup, Joe admitted to feel like a puppet while working for the company. Because of Disney, there were so many things throughout our career that we had to sugarcoat, he wrote in Vulture about him and his brothers. If a lyric was slightly sexual, someone at the record company would tell us we had to change it. It felt like we couldn't be creative, so we stopped listening to them and just started handling it. He continued being part of the Disney thing for so long make you not want to be this perfect, like a puppet forever. Eventually I hit a limit and thought, screw all this. I'm just going to show people who I am. I think that happened to a lot of us. Disney kids are spunky in some way, and I think that's why Disney hired them. Look, he jumped out of the table. 5, 6, 10 years later, they looked, oh, what do we do? Come on, guys. You did this to yourselves. And that is all I got about Disney's without too much of a repeat, if I'm being completely honest. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on what I shared and read to you guys. And if you guys have any topic ideas, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, please let me know, at least this episode, let me know by liking, commenting, whatever you like, and sharing this video if you would like, and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Bye.